Next step is structure and function of the organ. When respiration is going on, inhalation and exhalation for the provision of this system, the organs are required. That organs are in last class. We have discussed the different organs that is extended from mouth and lungs. So first organ of your respiration is nasal cavity. Second one is your pharynx. Then larynx. Trachea. Bronchi. Lungs. Two lungs. And last one is alveoli. Alveoli. So this is the organs lined with this respiratory system. To completion of the system, these organs are required. These are the parts from nasal cavity. Then air from nasal cavity, air is coming from atmosphere, entering to nasal cavity. Then it is passing to pharynx, then larynx, then trachea, then bronchi, lungs, and the last it comes to alveoli. So these are pipe-like structure by which air is passing. Nothing more. So this movement takes place due to the presence of smooth internal organ. The internal walls of these organs are attached with the involuntary muscles or smooth muscle. So muscle function is contraction and relaxation. By this contraction of relaxation, the pressure occurs, and from the atmosphere air is entering to this tract. So this movement is a continuous process, and I want to discuss with step by step the different organs. So first is nasal cavity. So this is your nasal cavity or nose. You may say nose. So nose is a two-chamber structure. So two-chamber structure. One is your nostril. This is nostril, left nostril, and this is your right nostril. So in between a bridge is there. This is the bridge. So this is the bridge. So this bridge is septum, named as septum. So inside this nose, the hair-like structures are present. Name of that hair-like, this is the hair-like structure. You feel, if you enter your nose, your finger inside the nose, you feel the hair. So those hairs are called cilia. So this cilia give the protection of not to enter inside to the respiratory tract, that is large particles. Large particles. So that large particles will be harmful towards body, and also it is depositing in the inside the nose, nostril to nostril, and which are coming out after some days, depositing there, because inside nose that sticky substances are there, and that and in the presence of air it is checked and not to allow enter to the respiratory tract. And also the nose is named as the resonating chamber. Resonating chamber. So it is helping for the sound production. Different type of sound can be produced by an individual express. So this sound is the changes of sound, and inside text press. Next is your olfactory nerves are there. Olfactory nerves endings are connected with the nose. That nerve is giving information, the stimuli to the brain. That's why nose is called a sensor gland. Nose is called a sensor gland. Out of your 5 sensor glands, that's ear, tongue, nose, skin and eye. So these are 5 sensor glands. Among these 5 sensor glands, one of them is your nose. So inside nose, that nerve is present, that is called olfactory nerve. Olfactory nerves. So this one is a continuous process and is carried out by the help of your autonomic nervous system. So let's start the structure of pharynx. So nasal cavity is over. Next start is the structure of pharynx. So I have drawn this structure. So nasal cavity, this is nose, this is pharynx, this is larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli, and left and right lungs. So pharynx is the otherwise known as throat. This is your throat. Only this is a passage by which air is entering. So this passage is made up of cartilaginous bone. So these bones are very soft bones, and this is the only passage as I told you. And this pharynx have 3 openings having with. So those openings are oropharynx, nasopharynx, and laryngeal pharynx. So the passage, the path which is connected towards the mouth, that is oropharynx. The path connected with nose, that is nasopharynx. The path connected with oesophagus, that is laryngeal pharynx. Oesophagus is your food pipe. So beside this, rest the oropharynx and nasopharynx carry the atmospheric air towards the larynx. So next step of my discussion is larynx. But you should remember that the ending of the nostril, ending from the base of the nostril, the pharynx is extended towards the larynx. The distance is approximately 13 centimeter. which is made up of fully cartilaginous bones, soft bones. So this is all about the structure of pharynx. Next we will discuss the larynx. Larynx is a cartilaginous chamber which is known as the voice chamber. Larynx is otherwise known as voice chamber. So thus larynx is shaped like this. See the shape of like your Adam's apple. Adam's apple, you know, and in between larynx, the two openings are there, two vocal cords are there. This is vocal cords. So it is already, this box is totally made up of cartilaginous bone, soft bone, and inside this is called, this is here, this opening. With the help of this opening, air is passing. So this name of this opening is glottis. And just above the larynx, one leaf-like organ is present. Cartilaginous bones, by the help of cartilaginous bone, it is forming. This is called epiglottis. So this chamber is more prominent and large in shape in case of male, and a small shape in case of female. So due to this, the different shape of the male and female, that voice of male and female are different. Sweet voice of woman or female is your due to this small passage, and male voice is large, hard voice of male due to the more gap in vocal cords. So this is the main function, and second function and main function is it is never allow the your food particle and water to enter to the trachea. So trachea is connected with the larynx. So this function is controlled by this epiglottis, leaf-like structure. Epiglottis is a leaf-like structure and flapper-like work done by this epiglottis. When air is coming, that opening will open, and when food is coming, it will never allow the food particle to enter towards the trachea modified. So this is all about the structure of larynx. Next is your trachea. So trachea is otherwise known as windpipe. Which is made up of the same thing, that is hyaline cartilage bone. So it is placed just above that incomplete C-shaped ring. So this is your pharynx. Just beneath the pharynx, these incomplete rings are formed, made up of hyaline cartilage. So that number of these incomplete rings are 16 to 20. So inside this internal wall of this trachea, it is windpipe. Only this work of this trachea is the movement of air in between. So how this movement takes place? So though the presence of involuntary muscle or smooth muscle, the inside wall, this is inside wall of this trachea. By the function of contraction and relaxation of muscle, thus help for the movement of the air towards lungs. This function is continuous process, and this function is completing by the help of autonomic nervous system. That because it is autonomous, automatically it is working, so it is named as autonomic nervous system. So it gives message to the brain and automatically it is working. So next structure is bronchi. That bronchi, from the base of this trachea is extended from the base of the beneath the larynx to the fifth thoracic vertebra. Fifth thoracic vertebra. So you know 12 number of vertebral columns are there. Up to fifth number of vertebral column, it is bifurcate. This trachea bifurcate, divided into two sides and connected with this is bronchus. Here is bronchus. This is right bronchus, this is left bronchus. So bronchus in plural it is bronchi. Singular bronchus, left bronchus, and this is right bronchus. So this bronchus entering to the left and right lungs. So the entrance of the lungs, suppose this is the lungs. So this is the left lungs and this is the right lungs. So it is entering. The point of entrance, point of connection of this lungs is hilum. So when it is entering, the distance between this end of the trachea is, the right side is 2.5 centimeter and the left side lungs is 5 centimeter. The distance between this joint to this entrance point of this, hilus point of this lungs, it is 5 centimeter. And the right lungs bifurcate into three branches. It is bifurcate 3 branches, and left bronchus divided into 2 branches, where the branchioles are connected. These are the branchioles. Bronchi and branchioles are connected. So time to time it is division takes place in this case. All are pipe-like structure. So in between air is coming. Those are called branchioles. So bronchi forming, then branchiole is forming. So this is all about this bronchi or branchioles. So next is your lungs. So this is your left lungs and this is your right lungs. Lungs are spongy organs. So these lungs are covered by two matters. Those are called pleural matter. Two line of outer. This is one line, and second one is this is line. So this is the two line of matters connected. Those are called the layer. That layer is called pleura. So two layers are there. Inner layer is called visceral pleura. The outer layer is called parietal pleura. Parietal pleura. In between this pleura, one type of liquid substance is present. So this liquid substance is named as serous. So that is called serous fluid. So this is the structure of lungs. This serous fluid, main function of serous fluid is to expand the lungs. By the help of this expansion, that lungs functions takes place, and by this expansion, the inward movement of oxygen or atmospheric air is coming towards lungs. Pressure occurs and it allows the inward movement of atmospheric air. So this function, these two lungs are attached with the thoracic cavity. And this thoracic cavity helps also for the function of these lungs. Next is alveoli. So alveoli is a bag-like structure where the end part of this storage of oxygen or your atmospheric air inside lungs. So alveolus is one. I am drawing one type of alveoli here. So this is your alveoli. Where is the name? This name of this alveoli is a bag-like structure where air is depositing. This is the side of your arterioles, and this is the side of your venules. This is alveolus. So this is your arterioles. This is your venules. So vein and artery. Regarding vein or artery, we will discuss in your circulatory system. Still you should know here the arteriole. It is the small pipe. From artery it is arteriole. Artery, arteries and arterioles. Small pipe, smaller pipe. Smallest pipe. Smaller and smallest pipe. This is arteriole. Forming capillaries. Also from vein side, this is vein, veins and venules. Very small branches of pipe in between air and blood also passing. So this is the bag-like structure. This is alveoli. This is the top of this. Bronchioles are present. This is alveoli. So here air is depositing, atmospheric air is depositing, and where gaseous exchange takes place. That is the pulmonary respiration. That is called the pulmonary respiration. So this alveolus is covered with your total alveolus covered with capillaries. Capillaries. So capillaries how forming? The smallest branches of arteries and smallest branches of venule, that is forming these capillaries in the end, and these are surrounded with the alveoli. So this is all about the structure of your alveoli. So next stage, the regarding your next structure is of my discussion is mechanism of respiration.